Hello there everyone, and thanks so much for tuning in. We are going to get into a general reading about the divine feminine and the karmic. So hopefully this reading will help you better understand who you are in this twin flame journey. But again, it is general, so please don't take everything to heart. If you've been thinking you're the divine feminine and then this tells you the karmic, that you are the karmic, it may or may not be true, okay? It's general. If you want to book a personal reading, please follow the description box below and you'll see my email there, and we book your appointment and we will get to the bottom of this. Are you the divine feminine or are you the karmic? But let's see what's going on with the divine feminine and the karmic in this current energy. The cards are pre-shuffled. I do want to thank everyone for all the likes, comments, and subscribes, reaching out, okay, ready to learn, ready to move forward, okay? Thanks so much, everyone, for all of the support, and let's go right into it. For the divine feminine, her first card is the Ace of Swords. Don't mind my nails, everyone. We have the Moon. Okay. Then we have the Five of Wands. And then the Strength card for the divine feminine. Okay, two major arcana for the karmic partner. Okay. The Six of Wands again. And I knew it was going to come out for her. As I saw that in the shuffle, I was like, it's going to be for her. The Four of Wands, okay, not much a difference from the last Divine Feminine versus Karmic video. She's got the Star. I don't know if that was the same one. And then she's got the Eight of Cups. So let's see what's going on. We have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. So it's just a fair warning for everyone that's watching. If you are the Divine Feminine, do not be discouraged. This is where you are. So if it is, you know, it's encouragement for you to move forward. Even if you're the karmic partner and you know that for a fact, it's up to you to keep moving forward. Okay? So let's go ahead and get right into it. For the Divine Feminine, she starts off with the Ace of Swords, the Moon card, the Five of Wands, and the Strength card. We have two major arcanas here. So it looks like the Divine Feminine's current energy is voicing her opinion, but not certain if it's the right thing to say, not certain if what she said was the right thing to say. I guess questioning her forthcoming, okay? I get that, you know, the divine feminines reach out to the divine masculines and perhaps the karmics and whoever, but pertaining to this twin flame journey. It seems that she's quick to voice, she's quick to understand what she knows. Being the High Priestess, you like to voice everything that you've learned, right? It's almost like it's a very high energy to be in this journey. You can't help but go after with what you need and what you want, okay? So it looks like she's speaking, she's voicing all new sorts of communication from her downloads, spirit guides, 3D and 5D in accordance at a perfect note. But it looks like the divine feminine is questioning her intent, okay, on speaking. She's not sure if, you know, what she's saying to the divine masculine or the karmic or anyone pertaining to this journey is legit, okay? She's questioning herself. She's questioning the things that she knows. She's questioning herself and the things that she's saying. Some of us may not be questioning ourselves and wondering, where did that come from, though? There's some sort of question here where we're just like, what is going on? Just like, you know, upside. Okay, so we don't know what's happening here. We don't know what's coming over us. And I feel like some of us have reached out to the divine masculine or someone that, you know, could affect the twin flame journey in a way. Not just friends, but it very well could be with this Five of Wands that we're getting into. But it looks like, you know, I do want to say the divine feminine is looking for some sort of strength, courage, and wisdom. Okay, so it starts somewhere, and with this Ace of Swords, it's all about new beginnings and new starts in communication, intellect, mental health. But it looks like if for an example, if some of you wrote the divine masculine, it didn't. The result was your confusion. The result was like, wait, was I too harsh? Was I too nice? Was I too sweet? Did I say too much? Did I say too little? So it's looking like that, all right? We've got the Five of Wands. Some of us began in conflict. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here with this air energy. It means like that air, that wind was blowing that fire, and who knows, you know, what came about. So what I think here is that the divine feminines recently reached out to the divine masculine and heard some hurtful words, heard some hurtful things, or you just saw your reflection. Okay, it wasn't time, because when you get these new bursts of energy, it's not to just run with it. You don't run with swords. You don't run with, logical explanations. You don't run with powerful feelings. You have to actually sit back and maybe jiggle a little bit. Don't go running. Okay, so it looks like the divine feminine went running, and some of us ran into quarrel, not only with the divine masculine, maybe with the karmic, maybe with other people involved that you involved in this twin flame journey. It looks like conflict is coming up. It looks like petty arguments. It looks like things that you didn't want to say, that you shouldn't have said, that you're realizing you shouldn't have said came about. Okay, but all of this is to result in strength. A lot of people talk about, divine timing and what's meant to be will be, but here's how you know what's meant to be was to be, because you learn strength out of the way that you prosper, out of the way that you learn, okay? You learn strength here, perhaps to maybe keep your mouth closed when you know that you're not riding on, truth, hopes, and dreams, but rather than like a fickle thought, okay? Because when you're just getting this communication, it's safe enough for you to want to, know where it's coming from. Let's clarify this communication of the Ace of Swords for the divine feminine. She became confused because a lot of us, for some of us, we thought that this was the thing, this was the magic, it was the antidote. We ended up being confused because we didn't get what we wanted out of that. Instead, we got argument and quarrel like always. So it's time for us to figure out the circle of error. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords for the divine feminine. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, another ace, okay? And I nearly picked it up in reverse because I saw the way that it flipped. So I do get that some of us saw our reflection in the way that we spoke to the divine masculine. For an example, you could have been anyone, but and again, it's general, so you may not even be here yet, but for those who have spoken to him and didn't get what you wanted out of that, or you got like a complete like whiplash, you know what I'm saying, like something completely different, it looks like it was because you took something and you ran with it. You were supposed to, a lot of the times when I see this Ace of Pentacles with that flame there, an ace is all about your own self-manifestation. This is what could or may not be, could or could not be, may or may not be. This is something that's, it's offered to you if you want to grab it. So, but in the picture, it's because of material things. But before you can go and manifest and give these things to others, you have to go and maintain it. You have to go get it yourself. It's not about money. It's not about jewels, pearls, and diamonds, and amethysts, and stones. But it's about understanding, first of all, if you're one of those to go retrieve any of those material things, to understand what it's all about first. Don't go open a shop and try to sell these things that you don't know what they do. You don't know the power within them, okay? That's what I want to say for that. So it's clarifying a new mental clarity and communication. It's clarifying power with more new power and manifesting. Okay, it's up to you. I know the divine feminine said, okay, there's a thought where it's like you get this new way, you get a new, oh my God, that's why this happened between me and the divine, and you go into them and then you just, this is why this happened, or and then it falls because they're not there yet, because you're not there yet. Your power wasn't supposed to be put out into the world yet. Your science experiment wasn't ready yet. You still were at an ace stage where it's up to you to develop that. You have to get to a certain point before you can go out there. And for me personally, I would think a major arcana like the Strength card that's coming up, or like the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Pentacles. Do you understand? That was so weird that I just did that, but and I just want to say that maybe some of us took it and ran with it. I want to go with another card for these aces, Spirit. Why are these Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles here for the divine feminine? Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles, why are they here for the divine feminine? What was supposed to be done? We got the King of Pentacles. So I said the Queen, but the King here. Interesting. At the top of the deck, we have the Empress again. She was just at the bottom of the deck. So the first thing that I see here is obviously two different roles, two different people, okay? Two different ways of going about communication. I think the spirits are trying to get you into some sort of communication with the divine masculine or with the divine feminine. We have the Hermit at the bottom, but it's taking that steps into the unknown. So this is very much a part of your journey. It's taking the steps into the unknown. It's like, okay, wait, why would I be in my masculine energy energy at this point when I'm a feminine, right? For an example, but it's about masking the masculine energy of possessions, okay? And then also the feminine ways of possession, the feminine side of possessions, okay? Because it's often that the men, are the ones who are the go-getters, masculine and feminine, the women stay home, that whole traditional thing. The twin flame journey is very aged. It's a journey, and it's a spiritual path. That's what we speak onto this earth sounds very old age, BC. And I think this is talking about something deeper than what a lot of us can understand, with this Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, is understanding different concepts and ways of being, and manifesting those into your being. Once you're there, once you've developed that being and that sense, that key, your divine masculine does the same thing. I feel like some of us jumped to the gun. If some of us didn't go speak to the divine masculine, we spoke to someone. We did something. Some of us quit a job. Some of us went to family members and told them they didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Some of us just shut off. Some of us didn't get up and do anything, and it's saying that the aspect of which you're supposed to look at it is of one of a father, or one of a go-getter, one of someone who can put on their big boy pants and, not necessarily get their hands dirty in this sense, because we got the Empress coming up, but someone who can go get money and be proud and secure in themselves, like a man would. Be secure in yourself. Don't go get secure in them. I don't believe that the King of Pentacles is here for the divine feminine to say, go run to them. But it could also, if you want to relate it to them, it could also talk about you becoming the Queen of Pentacles, so that you can be a counterpart. But right now you're still only at the Ace. So can you see the miscommunication here? Some of us went off to run and speak to them. That's the way the twin flame journey goes. The Empress is someone who could get her hands dirty. The Empress understands both. The Empress understands both of these aspects: communication, intellect with others, understanding others, taking care of others, but herself first. She manifests these two things and many more to become this one, this Aries here, okay? This fire energy to be all of those people, okay? Let's just keep going. The Hermit, trying to understand. We have the Emperor here now. So it does correlate, and it's, but I think this King of Pentacles is really talking about the divine feminine and the aspect that she should look for this money. We shouldn't look into other men for this money. I think some of us are going into, because we're so used to the men, growing up getting the money, or the men having the money, and the men needing the ones that, the men, relying on the woman for food, and the woman relying on men for money. This is like a tradition of you. It says that you can do that yourself and still be in the shoes of an Empress. It's the building blocks. Okay, the Hermit is taking the steps into the unknown. I would say that this is very unknown, but not more unknown than an Empress, not more unknown than, a major arcana, not more unknown than an Ace, a new idea and a new venture to do things and step out of your comfort zone. Okay, let's clarify the Moon card for the divine feminine. Some of you need to just get advice from a father. Some of you need to get advice where it's appropriate, how to make money. Okay, the Moon, okay, well, hold on a second, because we're mourning the loss. We have the Five of Cups, and then now we have the Six of Cups. Let's clarify this Moon card here for the divine feminine. Okay, so we got the Page of Swords that flipped upright, and then we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so it's what we know. It's what we want to say. It's what we don't say. It's what we do say. It's all in the head right now. So divine feminines, paranoia, anxiety, day walking, sleepwalking, zombie-like creature, Some of us could have undergone like some deaths in the family, some dramatic, we just had a baby, just that feeling of overwhelmed and, headaches, migraines, miscarriages, nightmares, seeing things, hearing things at an excessive rate, heart palpitations, sweats, all that kind of thing at night, okay? And some of us keep comfort with the people who are around us, or the things and spirits who are around us that may or may not do us any good. So keep that in mind, that the ones that you've started to speak to, sometimes they may not have your best interest at heart. I'm talking about in the 5D. You have to understand the let's call them, certain spirits, some certain latches that can latch onto you, entities that can latch onto you in the beginning of your spiritual journey. Remember, it's spiritual. Since when are you supposed to be 100% rock? Of course you're going to have, darker entities trying to come take your salvation, take your strength, okay, that we have in your deck. So just be mindful of that in your vulnerable moment. These are going to be friends of yours, okay? These are going to be evil spirits that have come to you in this spiritual journey, but that have been with you from a very, very, very young age. They've watched you grow up, and they're waiting for this. They're waiting for your twin flame journey to strike and get you down. So